going on, guys? Bill of Trades here. Hey, the market kind of sucked today. It was kind of like up and down the entire time. There's a significant dip here midday or something like that, but nonetheless, kind of boring, back and forth with, news on the court appeals on tariffs and all that crap. But hey, while I was looking at the market, I realized that I haven't given you guys an update on my SOFI position. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, for context, SOFI, if you've been, part of this channel or listening to some of my blogs about SOFI, I saw a great opportunity, right? SOFI is not something that I usually go for. I'm a huge dividend investor. So something like SOFI is usually not something that you would find on any of my portfolios. But nonetheless, I saw an opportunity, back, I don't know, about 2 years ago, something like that. And so I said, why not? Let's get into it, And so little by little, I just started, accumulating shares. And so here we are. So for today, market closed already, but this is how SOFI did, after, at close. We're at $13.17. Today we're down, or SOFI is down 1.13%. And this is SOFI on the 5-day chart. In the last 5 days, SOFI is up 2.89%. This is SOFI over the last month, down 0.75%. And this is a 6-month chart. SOFI is down 19.74%. And we can see that April, I want to say beginning of April is where it hit the lowest. Now, this is where it starts getting a little bit juicier. Over the last year, SOFI is up 92.26%. That is insane. And since SOFI went, so we're looking at the 5-year chart, but since SOFI went public on January 3rd, 2021, it's only like a 4-year, 4.5-year kind of, range that you see here on this chart. It doesn't go all the way back 5 years, but you can see over the last 5 years, or actually since SOFI went public, right, it's up 7.95%. And so we come to the nitty gritty of my position when it comes to SOFI. As you can see, I am very, very bullish, along with everybody else that has answered that question about the sentiment behind SOFI. And you can see I have 395 shares at an average cost of $8.54. And that gives me a market value of $5,202.15. I am up 54.30%. That is an upwards of $1,830.59. Now, if you ask me moving forward, I think when it comes to SOFI, again, it's not something that I would, typically add to the portfolio. But since I've accumulated somewhat of a substantial, amount of shares, I think the next point, or from here on out, I'm just going to dollar cost average whenever I see a significant dip in the market or in SOFI specifically, and just wait until that, I want to call it the magical moment where they decide to pay dividends. Now, paying dividends for a company, it's not a guarantee, right? But I do think that because SOFI is in the financial sector, or in fintech specifically, it is disrupting a lot of some of the big banks, right? It's disrupting how they do business. So I'm not too familiar with other fintech companies. I don't think they're all that about dividends. But in the financial sector, right, a lot of the banks, they do pay dividends. I wouldn't say, I wouldn't call it a dividend paying industry. I don't think the dividends are the best or that significant. I mean, it is a financial industry, but I believe that SOFI, once they become a little bit more established, or who knows, maybe a lot more established, and they have, their services going, and, it's a concrete player in their industry, who knows, maybe they'll open a door to dividends. And if that's the case, I will have a strong base for those dividends, and I will probably add more. But until then, we can only dream and hope that those dividends will become a reality. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, keep dollar cost averaging, keep investing. Till next one, take care.